because it is
So,
hard.
like,
Or
we're working
student
on
manual
something.
labor.
I'm like, okay,
way.
go turn it into the organizer thing, and they put it all in their number, and then I just pull them out.
Is that,
and
its,
they're all in
is
order.
that its official name, the organizer?
Yeah, the
organizer.
organizer thing. Isn't that what you guys call it?
Because doing this on your computer and
Exactly.
and a lot of my students have different last names and different first names than what they write on their paper, and what's in the computer is like completely different. So my TA
So wait,
knows...
you're telling me your kids write their name on the paper?
Okay. Also,
Why
you know
don't
what
you-
my student volunteer also does is we have a Beyonce stamp, and
Oh.
it has
If you
it has this.
yes,
If you liked it, then you should put your name on it. So she also Beyonce's them if there's no name on it.
Nice.
And
welcome to Classroomology.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. What are you guys doing here in my classroom?
I just happen to be in the neighborhood.
Awesome. Awesome.
it's a nice neighborhood to be in.
Yeah.
It's really lovely here. It just is. If you don't know, this is Darin and this is Megan, and I've roped them into being volunteers in our next letter, which is V for volunteers. And
Volunteers.
yeah, so I mean, it's really cool that they both offered to do this with me, and I think we have a lot to offer
This is
you
my
today.
second letter. I got to do N. Also.
That's true.
I got to do M
Oh.
for music
Yes.
and N for
Yes.
Mr. N.
What was your M?
Music.
Music.
Music in the classroom. And your
Yes,
N
I did
was...
Migu.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was like, how come I couldn't remember
And
that?
I've done them all.
But we're approaching the end, Kate.
We are.
Approaching the end.
We're like, I know you guys are happy about this too. I know I can't be the only one that's happy.
No, we're not happy to but we're happy to be here.
We are.
So we're going to talk today all about volunteers and why you need them in your classroom or why you don't need them in your classroom and how to best utilize them. So I have always struggled with having volunteers in my classroom. Always struggled because it's just hard, like, to know how to best utilize them. And over the years, I found different ways that help out. So
And remind me, what grade are you teaching?
I teach third grade.
Third. Okay. So
Yes.
you've got them all day.
Yeah.
So.
Yes. And
Yes.
parents, you have to look at it this way. Parents really want to come into your classroom because they want to see.
Parent volunteers.
Yes.
Oh, I'm thinking student volunteers. Okay, parent volunteers.
But you teach middle school, so I think like student volunteers are fantastic. When we used to have we had a middle school, we would use student volunteers all the time. They called them ambassadors.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Like that.
okay, so same thing, but oftentimes in the lower grades, the parents, they want to come in, they want to support you, but they also want to see how their child is doing, and it kind of opens their eyes to just how their child is with other kids in the classroom, how they behave. It just gives them a better like idea of what is going on. And in the end, they really just want to make your job easier. So I've kind of learned some tricks, and my absolute favorite way to use volunteers in the classroom, I just learned it this year. How many people, raise your hand, if you hate when you're in the middle of about to teach something and then the pencil sharpener goes off, right? Like, that is
Oh,
the
yeah.
worst.
I have no pencil sharpeners in my
Yes.
classroom.
I have a pencil sharpener. Look. Are you kidding me,
Really?
kid?
Right now.
And the goal is not to get a pencil that they can use and sharpen. The goal is to get the smallest pencil possible. Like, let's be real here.
Yeah.
That is exactly what they're doing. So in my classroom, we no longer use a pencil sharpener. On Friday, I take every pencil that is unsharpened, I stick it in a Ziploc bag, and I ask for a volunteer. And they all, me, pick me. And so I make a big deal about it, like, who am I gonna, like, I'm doing them a favor, right?
I won.
Yeah, please. I'm like, here you go.
It's awesome.
And then they bring them back on Monday. And so I never have to worry about there not being sharpened pencils. And I don't have to hear that sound in the
Oh,
classroom.
man.
It's made my life so much more just relaxed and calm. And so if you're looking for a way to use volunteers, this is definitely one of them. Some parents, they really can't. They can't come into the classroom, right? They're busy working. So this gives them a chance to actually help you out when they can't come in. So that's my favorite way to use
That's smart.
volunteers.
That is.
So
Okay. Let's pump the brakes here, Kate. Okay, I can remember my first year of teaching. I taught fourth grade, and I'm so excited to have parent volunteers come in, and every time they show up, it was like panic because I had forgotten to prep something for them to do. So I would be like scrambling around, you know. I have this great story of my teaching partner, Chris, who he was the same way. So one day I turn the corner and he's got his parents cutting construction paper into little pieces. And I'm all, dude, what are you doing? He's like, I couldn't remember. I couldn't think of anything for them to do. So he had them cutting construction paper into these little teeny pieces. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So this year I got a list of parent volunteers, but I've only used them for like field trips, and we have a play coming up. They're going to help with that, but I haven't had regular ones come into the classroom because I will just like forget to have something ready for you parents. I apologize.
But I think that's okay.
I'm just being real with you here, you know?
I think it's okay. You don't have to feel like you have to have something for them. I mean, there are times parents will come
But
and
we
I'll just
do.
tell. But you,
The pressure, I'm telling you.
there is, but I think parents understand, you know, if you say like, I don't have anything for you today, you know, sometimes.
Yeah, but
in
like
that,
the fifth time you say that to them, they're like,
then they're like,
"What
all
am
right,
I-
I'm out.
Why did I volunteer for this? Yes.
You know, sometimes I'll just have them come read with somebody if I keep turning
Yeah.
them away. Like, oh, you go
that's
read
a good
with that
idea.
person, or you know, oh, can you work on subtraction with this child or something like
Yeah.
that then they still feel useful. But I do also turn parents away.
Do they
Yeah.
still volunteer, parents in middle school?
I've never had a parent volunteer in my life. I didn't even think, my
Yes.
brain didn't even go there with volunteers. I was like, oh. Although I think that we did have one parent at our school who like wanted to volunteer, and just a lot of the teachers were confused, like, with what? What do you want to volunteer with? Like, but it's hard for us because we have so many different classes, and it's
Right.
and a lot of us teach like different periods of different subjects with different grades, and it takes longer to explain to somebody how to help than, you know, for them
Right.
to even do the job.
Right.
But I do have a TA, and so that's one thing with like middle or high school that you'll
Yeah.
often get that's really useful. So my tip with having a student TA, so I have a girl that comes every day, 5th period, and actually, you know, it is really funny this year. She's an 8th grader, and I had her like on my sports teams and stuff. And then I also have her 6th grade brother this year, and he needs several reminders to sit down often. So I have both
So
of
she comes
them
in
in the
handy.
same class, and I sat her right next to him right next to the TA table.
Perfect.
And she can like
Does
nudge
she keep
him
him in
every so
check?
often. She pretty much does. Yeah, I was like,
Oh my God.
So she
This is
does
perfect.
that, which
That is amazing.
That's not always going to happen. But what I have her do mostly is put all of the assignments in alphabetical order, and
Oh,
that
that's
saves me so much time.
Yes.
'Cause I've got
Yes.
6 file folders of assignments to put into the grade book, so I got to like grade them and put them in the grade book. But
Yes.
it's a million times faster if I just go down
A
the
million times.
alphabetical
That's
order.
why I got that
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, I've seen
what
those
he's
little
pointing
flippy
to, if you
things.
don't know, it's like this long board, and then it has
Mm-hmm.
either numbers or like the letters of the alphabet, and you can just
Yeah.
quickly like
Yep.
slot them, so it's easy to go
Yep.
through. Because it is
So
hard.
like
Or
we're
student
working on
manual
something,
labor.
I'm like,
Either
okay,
way.
go turn it into the organizer thing, and they put it all in their number, and then I just pull them out.
Is that
and
its,
they're all in
is that
order.
its official name, the organizer?
Yeah, the
organizer.
organizer thing. Isn't that what you guys call it?
Because doing this on your computer and
Exactly.
like, and a lot of my students have different last names and different first names than what they write on their paper, and what's in the computer is like completely different. So my TA
So wait,
knows.
you're telling me your kids write their name on the paper?
Okay. Also,
Why
you know
don't
what
you-
my student volunteer also does is we have a Beyonce stamp, and
Oh.
it has.
Ah.
If you
It has this.
yes,
If you liked it, then you should have put your name on it. So she also Beyonce's them if there's no name on it. And
Nice.
she can't see it right away. I tell her, if you don't see it instantly, don't hunt for it. If you can't see it right away,
That's right.
you put that in the no name
Queen bee.
file. And then it's so funny because they're like really upset. And then they check and they give it to me and they're like, I got Beyonce'd. It's okay. I'll put it in. It's fine. But then they're
That's
quite embarrassed.
classic.
that
I love
is
that.
amazing. I love it. I think I need that stamp.
I know.
Yes.
Also,
So
I
I'm
don't know
like-
if my
I tell them
little
like,
ones would
if
get
you're
it.
not going to put your name, at least put your number. Come on.
Yes,
That'll help
something.
me. Yeah.
But I love when they put their number from previous years. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
this is not helping me out. So-
Takes a while to transition. over.
right? Yeah. Months
We should
later.
talk about volunteering from our perspective too. Okay, so like this is our second year. This school was It's brand new. Last year's first year. And
It like smells new in
Doesn't
here.
it? It smells so nice.
when you open a new school, you got to play a lot of different roles because there's not very many kids and the staff is not filled out yet. So you have to volunteer for a lot of different things.
I get you now.
You know what I mean?
I'm on your. I get you now.
This year I've cut back on my volunteer duties.
Yeah. I think that's something that a lot of people don't realize, like in teaching, how many like extra things that we're doing outside of our jobs. So
If all we had to do was teach,
Right?
ladies and gentlemen, this job would be really easy.
but usually
A lot shorter hours.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but usually you're on a lot of committees that go past
Yeah.
like your contract hours, and that's because you're part of a community and you are an important part. So
Yeah.
we do a lot. Luckily, I've been at my school 11 years, so I don't do too much of that anymore.
But if you're a new teacher, you should volunteer
You're
for
gonna-
everything.
They're going to volunteer you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
to be on a lot of things.
you got to
Do
play
you
the
feel
game.
like it's okay for them to say no?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I don't know why they
Yeah.
put the new teachers on everything because most
Yeah.
new teachers have BITSA they
Yeah.
got to do.
Yeah.
They're trying to set up their classroom.
Don't get Megan started on
trying to learn.
BITSA.
Yeah,
okay?
that's like why I started my
I agree. I
Oh.
agree.
I have compassion for new teachers. I try to help them out and not make them sign up for everything. Although I'm kind of new at my school. This is only my second year. So last year I coached pretty much everything. Even my husband coaches everything I couldn't coach. And then I'm still coaching a bunch of things. But
Yeah, I've been at my school 11 years. I'm not doing much anymore.
I
I'm
feel like
just not.
it's kind of, though, if you're a whiner,
Yes.
if you complain about a lot of things, then you need to volunteer for a lot of
Yes.
things, like be
You
on
have to balance
site council
it.
or
Yes.
whatever. Like if you want things to change, you
Yeah.
kind of have to volunteer to be the
Yeah.
one that helps change it. Like I was kind of complaining at my school that we didn't have a strong enough sports program and people didn't really put enough into it. So they're like, well,
That is like your
already,
trip.
get on in there then. I'm like, okay. So if you complain, you're probably going to get voluntold to do
Yes.
something.
Uh-huh.
It is
So true. So
It
true.
is true.
I went to this is my second week of teaching, okay? And I went to my principal. I'm like, you know, those announcements in the middle of the morning are like killing me, man. They're like I write these lessons plans, you know, and they're just wrecking my groove. So, you know what would be really cool is if we just videotaped them and we can play them anytime we wanted.
Yes.
And he's like, Darin, that's a great idea.
Get out your video
Yeah,
camera.
why don't you
All
get right on that? And the news was born
I love
over
it.
1,000 episodes later.
No way. That's awesome.
They do it in here then?
Yep.
We got a green screen right there.
That's so cool. I love it. Yeah, I think as volunteers, as teachers, you do need to volunteer your time. Parents are going to want to come and volunteer, and then also you can use students. So volunteer was like a clear winner for this word. Like there was
And
certain
we were trying to come up with a word for this one.
Victory.
right.
Yes.
I do love it when people make a guess, and I'm like, that's not going to be it.
Oh, were people guessing for this one?
A couple times they'll
Okay.
guess. On this one, for sure, I knew. Like I had like 3 or 4 that I knew 100%. And so volunteer, because I think it's just such an important word. So
WXYZ. Oh, you're almost done.
Good luck with X and Z.
I know.
Z, no
You
problem.
guys want to guess what X is going to be?
Okay.
But X, I don't know. I'm taking suggestions. Well, I think that's it.
All right.
All right.
I think
wow.
we're good.
Thank you so much for letting me come on your channel.
Oh, you're welcome. No,
Appreciate it.
thank you for doing this. I really appreciate the both of you, and thank you for. I mean, you guys have no idea what this setup looks like. It's amazing.
You should
It's-
show them.
I will.
I'll vlog it.
Yeah.
Head over to whatever vlog is linked below, and we got you.
Perfect. So on to the next one. What's the next letter after V? Is it W?
We're teachers. We know
Really?
the alphabet.
What's the
I promise.
alphabet? I think it's
If
W.
you got pulled over, would you be able to say it
T-U-V-W.
backwards?
It's W. It's W. I can if I do it slow enough.
Really? If I could sit there and think about it, I probably couldn't do it. I don't think.
I can do it. Don't challenge me. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys for being here. And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Bye-bye.